What is this, Men's Hair Now?
Men's Hair Now.
I got to tell you, every time I look at Scott the engineer, I am amazed. You know, Scott went over to Men's Hair Now and got hair.
Yes.
And you look great.
Thanks.
You really do. I mean, you're not a good-looking guy. Don't get me wrong. But I tell you something, you look a lot better with hair than you did when you were bald.
I know.
And you know, Scott has that new sexy intern.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine if I had to...
So Scott, you know, he makes sure now that his hair looks good.
Oh, yeah,
it's
he's
the whole
combing
thing.
his hair especially well.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Notice how attentive he is to his hair. Did your wife give you any problem on the fact that you have a female intern?
I told you no.
Really?
No, not at all.
Good, okay.
She didn't hear yesterday's show?
No. No, but I told her.
Yeah, what'd you tell her?
I said, I have a female intern, a nice, beautiful 22-year-old.
Yeah.
Really?
She said,
what?
So?
What?
No, not at all.
All right. Scott, I hate your radio voice. I really hate when you go, not at all. It's like, he has a radio voice.
Yeah.
Did you notice?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Men's Hair Now is so good. This Dermabond technique, I was not really a person who believed that you could put something on your head and get your original hairline back and make it look so natural that you couldn't tell the difference. I'm now a believer.
You know, I can't remember what Scott looked like bald now.
Yeah, well, Scott was one of those guys who was really bald. And a lot of the people who go to Men's Hair Now, you're talking about people who really have no hair left. And they come out, and you cannot, if I tell you this is so good that you can't tell the difference between a guy with his real hair and a guy with the Dermabond technique. We've tried on 4 different occasions to pick out the person with the Dermabond technique. Robin, could we do it?
No. Now, Scott, you must meet people sometimes who don't know who you are.
Yes, occasionally.
Do they ever say to you, oh, you're wearing a rug?
Never. I've never heard that once.
No, because this isn't like a guy wearing a rug. This is the Dermabond technique. It's a whole different thing. Look, I'm just going to tell you this. It is so good. I'm telling you it's good. And I'm saying don't take my word for it. Just call 1-800-835-HAIR and make an appointment to see what we're talking about. 1-800-835-HAIR, or at least get the brochure. You're going to be amazed. 1-800-835-HAIR.
92.3 K-Rock. We're back with a man who flies first class, while Jackie and Fred fly coach. It's Howard Stern.
What is it, Stuttering John?
Dominic Barber's on the phone.
Oh, Dominic has a funny Baba Booey story.
Really?
Yeah,
was he there? He was. Oh.
No, Dominic.
Good morning,
This
everyone.
is Dominic Barber, a bloated attorney.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Dominic, of course, is famous as Joey Buttafuoco's attorney. And Dominic the Big Shot, of course. Dominic calls me for like a month before the pay-per-view.
You want Joey for the pay-per-view? I can get him.
Yeah, I can get Joey. I go, yeah, sure, okay. You know, I didn't ask him for Joey. He just said
he offered.
He offered. Because he wants to be a big shot in my eyes. Dominic's always trying to impress me. Like
I don't
he's like
know
a
what goes on with Dominic.
So like, you know, a couple of weeks go by, I don't hear from Dominic. I call him back. I go, hey, what happened to the Joey thing?
I'm working on it. Will you give me a break?
So, okay, I said, fine. I said, you offered Joey. I'm waiting for Joey. So then a couple more weeks go by, and we're getting closer to the date. And I said, what's going on with Joey? I said, he says, well, I don't know if we could get a satellite this to the letter in prison. You might have to tape something in advance. I go, that's fine. I said, all we want Joey to do is do the countdown New Year's Eve, you know, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I'll arrange it. It's in the bag.
It's in the bag. So the next thing I know, I don't hear from Dominic. Nobody hears from Dominic. Dominic's like out of town.
Dominic on the phone.
Dominic, tell your wife to quiet down.
I was going to say, is that Dominic's dinner?
That's Dominic's dinner.
Come here, Fluffy. Come here, Fluffy. It's time for dinner. Roll over on this bread.
Roll over on this bread. So Dominic, then like it's like a day before the event. I go, Dominic, when are we going to tape with Joey? He goes, do you have a good relationship with Fox? I go, Dominic, what do you mean? What does Fox have to do with me taping? He goes, it seems I made a deal with Fox. They have the exclusive of Joey in prison. I go, well, why didn't you say that from the beginning you made a deal with Fox for Current Affair?
He doesn't know what kind of deals he makes?
No, he doesn't know what. He goes,
you better call Fox and ask him if it's okay.
I go, I'm not calling anybody. You're the one who offered Joey.
At least you found him. Nobody could find him.
Yeah, and then I couldn't find Dominic. He goes, let me check into it. And then he ran off to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, without a call back?
Without a call back.
Oh, Dominic.
Dominic, what's the matter? Why do you always have to be such a big shot?
I made as many deals as I could.
You're insane.
My son Jason was down in Puerto Rico.
How can a 450-pound man hide so easily from me?
Disappear. He just disappeared.
He just disappeared from me.
You know, I did see Siegfried and Roy make an elephant disappear.
Yeah.
So it is possible.
Yeah, I think Dominic's now representing Siegfried and Roy.
You know, I ate an entire birthday cake Friday night.
You know what's funny? So then I say to Dominic, I get back from my vacation. Then Dominic's calling me every 10 minutes when I get back from vacation because now pay-per-view's over.
Yeah.
And I can't bug him about Joey Buttafuoco.
Right. He can talk to you again.
Yeah, no, I can talk. He goes, come on, let's go to Atlantic City. So I said, I don't want to go to Atlantic City. He goes, come on, let's play cards. Okay, I said, let's play cards. I said, let's have a card game. We'll have our usual card game, the usual guys, you know, Dan Foreman, you know, the guys.
Right.
So, Dominic says,
Great, I'll arrange the whole thing.
So anyway.
You're making my voice too thick. It's deeper, but not that thick.
Some days it sounds like you're underwater.
Yeah.
Underwater.
Gary. So I said, okay, we'll play cards. So Friday, I come down with, like, I don't know, my wife was sick and she gave me something. I was having the worst runs and everything.
Ooh.
So I called Dominic. I go, listen, Dominic, I'm not feeling good. I'm going to have to cancel the card. I can't go to the card game, but you guys play.
Yeah.
No, we're not playing unless you play. It's no fun unless you play.
So all the guys had to be called. The game had to be canceled because I didn't play.
Oh, Dominic.
What happened?
And then Dominic doesn't call Dan Foreman to tell him the game's canceled. Then I end up with Dan at my house. Because,
are you kidding?
Yeah.
What happened is, number one,
all right, Dominic, so what happened in Puerto Rico? You were saying...
You had one of your psychomatic colds. All of a sudden, you thought you were sick.
Psychomatic?
Yeah, you thought you were sick.
Wait. What did I have?
A psychomatic cold.
Dominic, what law school do you go to?
You thought you were sick. So Monday morning, Friday morning...
No, listen to me. Meanwhile, I said to Dominic, Dominic, I have to go into the city today. I had to go in the city. I said, listen, if I get back and I'm feeling better, we'll play. I'll come, but don't put this pressure on me. He goes, no, I'm canceling the game. Meanwhile, Friday night I felt great. I would have come to the card game. I would have played. It was canceled because Dominic doesn't even want to be in a room with people unless I'm there.
Yeah.
You canceled the game. Not only that, there was a birthday cake. I had to eat the whole cake myself.
Dominic, tell us what happened in Puerto Rico.
Well, my son was down there with Gary, and my kids were there when Gary was there with his wife.
But Dominic offered, you know, Dominic is a very generous guy. He always says, hey, if you want to use my villa in Puerto Rico, you can use it.
Right.
And, of course, we all turn him down because nobody wants to owe Dominic anything.
Right.
So, but Gary, of course.
Gary goes all the time.
Gary takes advantage of any of my friends.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go, Dominic. I'm going to Puerto Rico.
No,
Gary is supposed to say no, but he doesn't know. He'll never say no.
Why should he say no?
offered it to me, boss.
Because it's just not appropriate.
Oh, stop it.
All right.
I'm not a sponsor. What are you talking about? I'm a friend.
I'm not a sponsor.
All right, so go ahead.
The son was down there with my daughters. I had already flown back. And my son said that you have to see Gary's wife in a bathing suit. She's incredible. She's a beautiful woman. But walking down the beach, there's someone next to her, about 2 feet shorter, with like a gorilla walk.
I thought you said that your son said it looked like Jane with Cheetah. He says it's like she's walking with her pet.
You have to see her. She's incredible looking.
She's a beautiful girl.
No, but she's just incredible.
Yeah.
And next to her is some guy like almost walking like doing the Baba Booey.
You know, one day we were walking, and I did see them all behind me because we only crossed over for like a day.
Yeah.
And I swore I could hear laughing. And now I know.
And she's outrageous looking.
I'm hungry.
All right, very good.
Goodbye.
That's the great attorney, Dominic Barbara, off on probably an important case. What case are you on today?
Lunch.
Lunch.
A case of lunch.
Thank you, Dominic. Lunch. A case of Dominic yakking it up on Baba Booey's expense. Like Dominic doesn't look funny next to his wife.
Yeah, really. Like, that's not a feature.
Yeah. Dominic yakking it up. At 450 pounds, you got about 6 months left. Yak it up all you want. And then Dominic had a whole big thing. Did you hear about Dominic's big heart attack or something?
No.
Well, he didn't have a heart attack. He calls up,
you know, I was in the hospital for 5 days.
Really?
Yeah, I go, yeah, what happened? He goes,
well, I felt chest pains. It was really bad. And they rushed me to the hospital.
And they're doing all these tests on Dominic, and they're trying to figure out.
actually find his chest?
Yeah. So he's doing, and he's in there, and he knows he's, they're pretty sure he's had cardiac arrest and the whole thing.
Not cardiac arrest.
What is it called? What,
a myocardial infarction.
Yeah, an infarction. So anyway, and Dominic's laying in the hospital, and he's like,
I'm not going to eat anymore. I'm going to get myself in shape. If I survive this... All
right, so...
Making all kinds of promises.
Right. So 5 days later, they come in, they did all the tests, and what happened?
What?
Dominic had gas. All right, now wait a second.
5 days of gas?
And the doctor, for some reason, says to Dominic, not only did you have gas, but we did a test on your cholesterol and the veins and everything, and it turns out you have the heart of a 30-year-old man. He says you have the... And so Dominic now is eating more than ever.
Oh,
That's all they had. I could eat like crazy.
So now he's testing his heart.
Oh, now he's up to 700 pounds. now he's daring his heart to give out. If I was the doctor, I would have put a good scare into him.
Yeah, why tell him that he's okay?
I don't know. But anyway, Dominic is a great guy. I hope he does lose weight, because I don't want to lose Dominic. And you know what?
I wish he would get into shape.
That's right. The legal world doesn't want to lose Dominic. He has set so many precedents.
A man who can argue somatic illnesses.
Right, somatic illness.
He got somatic illness.
For the record, it's psychosomatic, Your Honor. All right, anyway. Well, there you go. He really is a great attorney, though. If I was getting divorced, I definitely would hire him.
Be the first.
Yeah, he's a barracuda.
Be the first to hire him.
Oh, I have him on retainer.
Is that
just
right?
so my wife can't get him.
Okay.
All right. Jackie Platinum, Joke Page Martling, Thursday night, January 27th at Jimmy's Comedy Alley on Bell Boulevard in Bayside, Queens. Free CD.